this PPT, we will see what is emission and how to control this emission. So first we have to know what is emission, what is pollution. So going to emission. So any vehicle which is emitting the harmful gases, it is called as emission. Okay. So any vehicle which is emitting any gases, it is called as emission. So what is pollution? So this emitted gases, when it affects the atmospheric conditions, when it affects the atmosphere, the pollution is created. Okay. So we are in a position to control this pollution. So what are those control measures? So general measures are there and separate measures are there. So in this slide, you can see I have given in the first point that major problem which is faced by today world is atmospheric pollution. It is right. So the major problem is atmospheric pollution. So the rain doesn't come in times. So ozone layer get depleted. So these are the major problems. So we are in a position to control these emissions. So general points, if you see, you will have the 2 points. Either you have to reduce the pollutants or you have to destroy the pollutants. So these are the two things. Either you have to destroy the pollutants or you have to reduce the pollutants by changing the design, by changing something, fuel, etc., etc. So this is about the general thing. Then if you go in particular, I have given next slide. So I have mentioned what are the gases which has been emitted by the vehicle in case of a petrol engine and how it affect also. So I have given three gases. One is hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen. So these are the three major harmful gases. Okay. So it is emitted by a vehicle. So and these three gases is affecting the atmosphere also. So how to control these three gases? So in particular, if you take, I have given you 4 points. Either you modify the engine or either you modify the fuel or you treat the exhaust gases. Suppose in a vehicle NOx has been emitted, you should treat that so that NOx is converted into any form so that when it goes out, it doesn't affect the atmosphere. So you have to do either like that or you have to you have to invent a device so that this emission can be controlled. So there are only four options. Either you have to modify the design or you have to modify the fuel or you have to reduce the pollutants by some introduction of a device or you have to treat the exhaust gases. So this is about the gases hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen. Now next slide. So in a petrol engine I have said these three gases are being emitted: carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, NOx. But in specific, if you take this NOx, which is the oxide of nitrogen, plays a vital role in affecting the atmosphere as well as the human being. Why? Because it is said to be the harmful gas. So what it does is it affects the human being. So it affects the lungs. So the breathing issue is created. So we are in a position to control this nitrogen oxides so that both human being as well as the atmosphere is safe. Okay. So any vehicle which is designed, any vehicle, we have to see that this oxides of nitrogen doesn't come in a high proportion. So this is our duty. Why? Because I have given you this 3 points because it is a constant of smog. It is a constituent which is plays a vital role in formation of acid rain. It causes breathing illness in human beings. So both in case of human being and the atmosphere, this nitrogen oxide is affecting. Okay, so we should control this nitrogen oxide. Even though there are three major harmful gases, but the most harmful gases is nitrogen oxide, oxides of nitrogen. So how to control this? So before that, we will go to the next slide. Oxides of nitrogen. So how this oxides of nitrogen is formed? So in a vehicle, suppose for example, I will say you in a petrol engine, if you take this fuel is burnt in a petrol engine. So using a spark plug in a cylinder, the fuel is burnt, and this fuel is burnt with oxygen help as well as with air help. So with the help of air as well as with the help of oxygen, this fuel has been burnt, and extra oxygen is also used there. Okay, so what happens in air? Nitrogen is also present. So this nitrogen will combine with oxygen. So when this nitrogen and oxygen is combined, so this nitrogen oxide is formed. Okay, so when this nitrogen and the oxygen is combined, the nitrogen oxides is formed. So in an engine, I will repeat you, in an engine, in a petrol engine, if you take, you you will see that the fuel is burnt with the help of air as well as with some extra oxygen also. So in air, nitrogen which is present automatically goes combined with oxygen, and the nitrogen oxides of nitrogen is formed. Okay, so how to control this oxides of nitrogen? And another important thing which I have to mention here is, when this oxides of nitrogen is formed, you have to know it. Okay, so whenever the engine is working at high temperature, so whenever the engine is working at high temperature, the oxides of nitrogen will be formed. Okay, in low, definitely I will tell you, the oxide of nitrogen will not be formed. So the major key note or key point is the temperature maintenance in the cylinder. If the temperature is maintained high in the cylinder, then definitely the oxides of nitrogen will be formed. Nitrogen goes with oxygen and nitrogen oxide will be formed. So this is the key point. So now we should be in a position to control this oxides of nitrogen. Then what we have to do is, you have to reduce the temperature. Automatically when you reduce the temperature of the cylinder, then the oxide of nitrogen will not be formed. Okay, that is the key point. So what we have to do for this? So there is a separate device which is called as EGR. Okay, which is called as EGR. This is the efficient method or a modified method to reduce the oxides of nitrogen. In spite of EGR, you have the general measures. So that I will say you in the PPT. These are the three general methods. You can lower the compression ratio. What is compression ratio? It is the ratio of the large to low volume. So you can reduce the oxygen, or you can enrich the air fuel mixture. These are the something which is general, no? So out using these three things, you can reduce the cylinder temperature. In vice versa, the NOx will be reduced. These are the general things. But if you go for a separate device, then you have to arrive at EGR. That is exhaust gas recirculation. So this is the effective method to reduce the emission of oxides of nitrogen. So I have given you what is EGR and what is the parts of EGR. So I will go to parts first. EGR, these are the three important parts. One is the valve, another is the cooler, third is the EGR transfer pipe. So I will show you in this diagram. This is the EGR cooler, this is the EGR pipe, this is the EGR valve. So these are the three major part which plays a vital role in EGR. So what is EGR? So if you go for working of EGR, then this slide and this slide will be easy to. So I will explain you this EGR diagram. So you see in this diagram, there is a cylinder, there is a piston here. Piston goes from TDC to BDC, BDC to TDC. There is an inlet valve, blue color, which is showing is the inlet valve. So what happens through this inlet valve, air and fuel enters. So what is the normal procedure? Air and fuel enters. Here the process goes on. Exhaust, which is gases which are emitted, goes through this exhaust valve, if I'm right. So that is denoted by the red mark here. So what we have to do is we have to extra fit a pipe in this exhaust valve. In this exhaust valve, you have to extra fit a pipe. So if you fit a pipe here and it is connected to the cooler here, I have said you in the parts, there are three important parts: EGR valve, EGR cooler, EGR transfer pipe. So you will fix the pipe to the cooler, and the cooler you have two corners. One is coolant will enter the cooler, there will be pipes, coolant will enter here, and another side you have the control EGR valve, and it is connected to the inlet valve itself. So what happens when this inlet air and fuel enters and the working starts in the cylinder, exhaust gas also comes out. So the one portion of the exhaust gas goes to another pipe and it enters the cooler. So what happens? It is at high temperature, heat gases enters through the cooler. So what is the purpose of the coolant? It cools the gases here. So this exhaust gas is cooled here, and the exhaust gas again enters. You can see the red mark here. This goes like this. Here it is cooled. The exhaust gas again enter to the cylinder. So the coolant gases again it enters the cylinder, thereby the temperature of the cylinder will be reduced. So this is the basic working of EGR. So main purpose of EGR is when at high temperature oxides of nitrogen is formed. So you have to cool this temperature of the cylinder. So in a cylinder, you have to cool this temperature. How do you cool? So inlet valve, you have the gases and air entering. Exhaust valve, you have the exhaust gases going out. So you use this exhaust off portion of the exhaust gases, you cool it, you make it chill, and you enter this exhaust gas through the inlet valve itself, so that the cylinder temperature is optimized or reduced. So when the cylinder temperature is maintained at low, then automatically the oxides of nitrogen will not be formed. Okay, so that is the basic working. So I have given an ins here. So oxygen and nitrogen will enter, and what goes out? Nitrogen oxide, CO2, which is very harmful. So this will be 5 to 30% of NOx will be again recirculated into a EGR, where it is cooled. Again what happens? It mixed with oxygen and enters the engine. How it enters? In a cooling way, so the cylinder will be cool. So this is the basics of EGR. Okay, you recirculate the gases and you cool it, so that cylinder temperature will be reduced, so that the exhaust gases of nitrogen of oxides will not come out. Okay, so you will have the animation video here. So if you see the animation, you will be in a position to understand. So this is the short animation video of the EGR. Okay. Now we will go to the advantages of EGR. So it can reduce the nitrogen oxides. It can save the environment, and the engine temperature can be reduced. Once the temperature of the engine is reduced, automatically the exhaust gases like nitrogen oxides will be reduced. Okay. So our purpose is to reduce the oxides of nitrogen. So it is achieved using this EGR. So engine life can be improved. These are the three major advantages. Now we will go to disadvantages. What about the disadvantages? So going to the disadvantages, if you take a multi-cylinder engine, EGR cannot be appropriate one. And if you go for reduction of CO2, sorry, O2, then the peak power will be reduced, and it is very difficult to combust the fuel. So these are the major disadvantages. Okay. So we will go to the end thing about the EGR. So our main aim is to control the pollution. So pollution is caused by exhaust gases like HSC, hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide, and oxides of nitrogen. Now in the slide we are going about the in particular about oxides of nitrogen, because it is one of the major harmful gases compared with other. So we use EGR technique where the gases are recirculated and it is cooled so that cylinder temperature is kept low and the oxides of nitrogen is been reduced. So this is about the EGR, and it is used in controlling the pollution. Okay, thank you.